An assassination attempt on former President Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Multiple shots fired from the roof of a building outside the security zone. Trump wounded in the ear as Secret Service surrounded the former president, covering him on stage. The agents stayed on top of him for a full minute before standing him back up, Trump apparently losing his shoes in the chaos.
Let me get my shoes on.
The former president bloodied in the face, then defiantly raising his fist and shouting to the crowd to passionate applause. He was then whisked away to a local hospital where he was treated and released. 3 other attendees were also shot, one of them killed, 2 others seriously wounded.
President Biden addressing the nation.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this.
In the video, Secret Service is seen reacting to the shooting. The shooter, now identified as Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. He was killed on that rooftop by Secret Service snipers. We're now waiting to see what his motivation was for the attempt. Surviving that attack, and just moments ago, Donald Trump's plane landing at Newark International Airport, where tonight we got our first glimpse of the former president since the attempt, walking down the steps to his plane in New Jersey. A welcome sight after a potentially extremely dark day.
Butler, he says, I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, the former president continues, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. He goes on to say, it is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. He also adds, nothing is known at this time about the shooter who is now dead. The former president says he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. You're looking at that online post now. So he is confirming, he says, that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear. He says, I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. And he ends this post by saying, God bless America.
I was about 5 feet away from him. Like, I was within, like, sight distance. Like, I was so close. And all of a sudden, I just hear these 4 shots, and everybody's screaming, drop. And you can see the blood, like, splatter on his face, and the Secret Service just barricades him. I was on Trump's left side. Well, I think when the shots are fired, that he was facing towards us. So we, like, watched him go down and hit the ground, and everybody was screaming, like, get down, get down. And then the next thing you know, the Secret Service is barricading him, and he's throwing his fists up in the air. But it was so scary because we were like 5 feet away from the guy.
You think he was hit?
I do. The blood was all over his face. I think he had to have been hit.
What do you think about this craziness?
It's just honestly so scary. Like, you see all these things about shootings, and you never think it's going to be you until it is. And I was just on the ground, and I was thinking, like, you don't know, like, what their target is, like, if it's just Trump supporters or if it's, like, Trump. So I was just so scared. I was laying on the ground. I was like, am I going to be next?
When he was leaving, pumped his fist, what did you think?
Oh, I thought he was the guy. You know, after that, it's just the man.
What was going through your mind?
When I was just laying on the ground and just like praying it wasn't going to be me, and I called my dad, and my dad thought I was messing with him because he heard people in the back screaming Donald Trump, because when he put his fists up in the air, I guess people started screaming.